Rumors of a new iPad went around for months and months until Apple finally released the iPad Air. Yeah, no one really saw the name iPad Air coming. Besides being incredibly thin, people want to know what's new with the iPad Air. Let's start with what's the same. What comes in the box? In the box, you get the same things you get with the iPad 4th generation. You get the iPad Air, the literature, the power brick, and the USB cable. The iPad Air is super light compared to the previous model. Apple gave the iPad a thinner bezel and managed to make the new iPad 33% thinner. Instead of weighing 1.5 pounds, the new iPad weighs just a pound. When I showed people the iPad Air, they couldn't believe how much lighter it was than the previous model. I always got the same reaction. How much lighter could it really be? Oh my. In terms of thickness, the iPad Air is 7.5 millimeters thick. To put that in perspective, that's 1.5 millimeters thinner than the iPad 4 and just 0.3 millimeters thicker than the iPad mini. In terms of technical specs, this thing features an Apple A7 CPU that's clocked at 1.4 GHz along with 1 GB of RAM. While the A7 isn't the fastest mobile CPU on the market, the iPad Air is still super speedy and doesn't have any lag issues. People give Apple a lot of crap for putting a 5 megapixel camera on an iPad, but if you think about it, why are you really taking photos on a tablet? You just look stupid. One other thing people were expecting the iPad Air to have was Touch ID. While there was a possibility of this happening, there just wasn't enough evidence to back that up. When Apple released Siri, they didn't put it on all their devices at once. They tested it out on the iPhone and made it exclusive. If a company can hold off on adding a new feature, they will. The iPad Air claims to provide 10 hours of battery life. While I haven't sat down and used an iPad for 10 hours straight, battery life is impressive. iOS 7 runs really well on the iPad Air. While you might not be able to use an S Pen and the tablet lacks a lot of features Android tablets have, it still remains my tablet of choice. Is it worth upgrading from the previous iPad? If you have an iPad or iPad 2, this is a huge upgrade that's totally worth getting. If you travel a lot and care about having a light tablet, you might want to upgrade. Other than that, upgrading to the iPad Air seems pointless to me. While the iPad doesn't have an aspect ratio of 16:9, has a huge price tag in lacks in terms of hardware and software, the iPad is still my favorite tablet. There's yet to be an Android tablet on the market that has good support, offers a lot of accessories, and is lightweight. For those reasons, the iPad is my tablet of choice. Thanks so much for checking out this review. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. As always, you can hit the left annotation to be taken to my latest video and the annotation on the right to be taken to a random video. As always, make sure to subscribe, circle me on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter. I will catch you guys later.